Alongside Brent Hubbs, I'm Austin Price for the Volquest Stock Report on this Georgia week. Brent, stock up for you this week.
Hey, you got to give it up for Max Gilbert. What a rebound for him after missing 5 of 6. He comes back. He makes 4 of 4, including a career long. You knew that when you saw him on that reaction there after the 38-yarder to end the first half. You knew that was a big kick. Like, okay, we're going to be okay here. And we talk about red zone in this game coming up against Georgia and how you got to win in the red zone. You go look at those 22 points that Ole Miss scored. A lot of field goals there. This is a little bit different type matchup. So the kicking game and field goals could be really important for Tennessee in a low-scoring game. It was huge to get Max Gilbert back on track, Austin.
No doubt about that. Also getting on track, and he's been progressing rapidly. Stock up for me is Boo Carter. Boo defensively has been coming on week after week after week, making more and more plays. But then now he has kind of wrestled the punt return situation away and made that his own and looked fantastic the other night. You go back to high school, he was a thrill a minute as a punt returner, not shocked that he had, finally, when he got his opportunity, had some success back there. So stock up for me, Boo Carter. Stock down for me is going to be the health of this football team. They're banged up. Andre Keurig, Javonte Spraggins, even a guy like Cooper Mace, who's never come out, has got some, some dings and stuff, and he's toughing through it. Dylan Sampson, tough kid, battling through some stuff. And then we're not even talking about Nico, who, obviously got his bell rung, and we'll see if he's able to pass concussion protocol sometime later this week. So stock down for me would definitely be the health of this football team. But at this time of year, I'd say everybody is a little bit stock down in that regard. Stock down for you.
For me, it's going to be, and listen, Tennessee's defense has been really terrific, and it's the best defense in the conference when you look at it statistically across the board. 10 straight games where they haven't given up 20 points or have not given up 20 points. They've been great on third down. The red zone defense has greatly improved, but they have given up some yards on the ground the last 2 weeks, 168 to Kentucky, 179 to Mississippi State. This is not a good running Georgia football team. Tennessee cannot let them get going. They've got to be much more disciplined in their run fits. Their eyes at linebacker have to be better. Tennessee has to put this game continually on Carson Beck's shoulders and try to force him into some mistakes and get him in third and long where they can pin their ears back and come after him. To do that, they got to be able to stop the run. They cannot have the misfits and give up the splash plays or explosive plays to Georgia's run game, which is not very good, right? I mean, it's just not been as good as it's been in years past. Can Tennessee do that this week?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big question. A stock stagnant for me is just Tennessee on the road. This is the one thing that Josh Heupel and his staff and program have to do is get over the hump in a big road environment. Now, Tennessee won at LSU in 22. That was an 11 a.m. kickoff locally. And while it was a huge win and it set the tone for the rest of that magical run in 22, you go back 2 years ago to the matchup at Georgia, the atmosphere got to Tennessee. There have been multiple atmospheres that got to Tennessee's offensive line, which Tennessee was playing at 1st and 15, 2nd and 20, all these type things because of a holding call, because of false starts. They got rattled by the crowd. Tennessee's got to figure out a way to eliminate a lot of that on Saturday. They're going to get some penalties here and there, but they can't have those ones that debilitate a drive. You can't drive at 50 yards, get down to the 20, and then go backwards because you started false starting and you started having to play behind the sticks, especially with the fact that Tennessee, could be without a player or two. We'll see what happens. You need to be on point when it comes to the road environment. That's why I say stock stagnant here. Stock stagnant for you is what?
What's Tennessee Saturday night? What are they at quarterback? What are they on the offensive line? I know you had stock down as being the health. Stock stagnant for me is just the unknown of what this team is going to be Saturday night from a lineup standpoint, and how do you adjust accordingly to that? What is your answer if you're down, at quarterback, or you're down on the offensive line, or you don't have your best big play weapon? What are your answers to that? That's why this game is going to be, I think, challenging to pick and figure out which way to go, because you just don't know exactly what Tennessee is going to be. Now, Georgia's got some injury situations that they've got some unknowns with, but stock stagnant for me is just the unknown of what Tennessee looks like personnel-wise on Saturday night.
A lot of big questions heading into this big football game. It's Tennessee, it's Georgia, it's 7:30 coming up on Saturday night. He's Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price for the Volquest Stock Report on this Georgia week.